Hello? Hey guys. Today, or this video, is a bit of an unusual video, mainly because I am going to be playing Fortnite while explaining you private equity topics, okay? And so while I'm explaining these topics, I'm going to be touching in a very basic surface level. For example, if you go through the other videos in my private equity website, you're going to see me using examples, using many references. But just because I'm playing Fortnite right now, I can't, I can't really think of those exact mathematical formulas or even expressions. So let's get it right on, right? Private equity. Throughout, my concepts, I usually refer to as PE, and that's what many finance professionals do as well. So PE, just separate the two words, private and equity. When you think of private, obviously something that's not public, that means it has restricted access, right? In finance, when something is public, usually it means that you can buy a piece of it. For example, if you look at your favorite companies, right, they're most likely all public. Coca-Cola or even Tesla, I don't know, any company, right, that's on the stock market, it it sells parts of the company for some funds. And that's essentially the equity part. That's just the ownership of the company. So just combine the two words together, private and equity. That means you're essentially owning a part of a private business. Okay? So that's like a very basic definition of private equity. Another definition that I like to use a lot bunch is private equity is in the business of just buying businesses. Just straight up buying businesses. Nothing, what was that? Nothing too complicated. Okay. And private equity firms buy companies and usually with debt, and I'm going to introduce you something called debt equity ratio. It's just a very fancy way of saying that when you buy something, right, you have a split between how much money you put it in with your own equity. So the money you put in is your equity, and the money you take is obviously debt. And I'm just gonna go over here. I have a quest right there. And where was I? What was I saying? Oh, your debt equity ratio, right? So for example, let's say you're buying a company for, let's make it simple, $100, right? For $100, let's say you only have 30 bucks, right? From that 30 bucks, you get the other 70 bucks from debt. That's essentially what debt equity ratio is, nothing else. And hey, let me just introduce you to another term, right? Enterprise value. Enterprise value is just the value that you're buying the business with. For example, the $100 that I talked about will be the enterprise value. So, another good way, or the main way, I wouldn't say main way, I would say a way to evaluate how much to buy a business. Obviously, it's a more complicated process. Is essentially to, wait, that guy's coming to me. I think he saw me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he saw me. What is he doing? He's an OG. Okay. Wow, my aim was so bad right there. Oh shoot! Okay. Damn, I just met an OG, bro. Okay. What was I saying? I keep losing track. I should have like a notes thing. No, I don't. See, I usually don't write any notes, mainly because, like, if I know the concepts, I'll understand and remember it. But yeah, I was just talking about the way a company's valued, right? Essentially, there are many different ways. One of the more simpler ways is to, I don't know how I got that. Okay. Is to essentially have a multiple on your EBITDA. Or EBITDA, my bad. EBITDA. EBITDA stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. I Do not wait. Hold up. I got a rivalry. Okay. He's far away, dude. Okay. I got a boss right here. I don't know if I wanna. I don't wanna hire. I don't think I wanna. Okay. What is that? Okay, recon scanner. I might, yeah. Nah, I think this one's better. Okay. So it's something called EBITDA, right? And EBITDA is just a way to know your earnings before any of the other factors that come into place. And the other factors are the interest and, amortization, depreciation. And if you want to know more about EBITDA, I think it's the, which lesson is it? Crap, I forgot the lesson name. But it's definitely in the concept section. Okay, so I talked to you, I think, I have a list in my head. So I talked to you about EBITDA, enterprise value, exit. Oh yeah, exit, okay. So when people in PE, and even VC, oh by the way, VC, so the main difference between PE and VC is that private equity invests in companies that are established, and VCs, so venture capitalists, invest in companies that are like more new. So they want to get the head start in the equity. Hold up. Should I? I don't know if I wanna. Okay. So private equity, let's say there's a company for 20 years, right? That has stable incomes and everything, and still has like power to, or has momentum, space to grow, right? Private equity is most likely going to buy the business, but for VC, let's say there's like a random startup with I don't know, some really good co-founders that the VCs have trust in or whatever, right? That's going to be most likely the business that VCs are going to invest in, because they're more in the early, when you think of VCs, try to think of startups. That's how I try to remember stuff. So that's the main difference between P and VC. But as I was saying, exit is used in both PE and VC. And essentially, what is it called? The main exit in private equity is either to sell the company off that you bought for to another company, to another, maybe it could be even a firm, or IPO. And I guess that could be like the main different thing in VC as well. Oh shoot, I forgot about a storm. Crap. Okay, luckily I got 10 bandages and 3. I don't want that. If you guys look in the top left corner, I have a quest where I have to like get... You look at that, it just updated, right? 12 to 13. That's me in the quest that I'm trying to complete. Not too far, okay. So yeah, that's like the end goal of private equity. To either sell it off to another company or let it IPO. And when I mean IPO, it just means, it stands for initial public offering, but in a more simpler way, it just means that, oh bet bro. It just means that your company's gonna go public. For example, the time I'm recording this, I'm pretty sure the SpaceX, you guys should know the SpaceX IPO is gonna come upon soon, right? So that just means that SpaceX is gonna go public. Oh, that was my rivalry right there. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think I might go to my rivalry. Yeah, he's moving. Oh, he's moving, buddy. I don't know if he's good or not, so I'm not gonna take too much risks. Oh, he's not good. Okay. I like that one more. What to talk about next? LBO. Okay. I think LBO is a pretty good thing to talk about. Mainly because I'm pretty sure it was in 1987 where Henry Kravis, one of the founders of KKR, invented the modern LBO. LBO, if you don't know, it stands for leveraged buyout. And to make it simpler, try to think of it's just like a way for companies to buy. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. It's just for LBO is just for a way for companies to buy other companies. It's kind of like a mortgage, if that's a better. Dude, I'm having bot lobbies, bro. Okay, except like the other two behind me that I left. I might third party them, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I don't know if I should though. I don't have any. I only have one long range weapon, so. Oh, they're not fighting. Yeah, they're not. Are they fighting? Because I saw a victory crown go by. Okay, oh, there still are. Oh, what? Yo, what? Did you see me? Holy crap, what is that? Oh, is he leading me? He might be low, but there's another person like right there. Okay. Oh, okay. Loki might have to leave, lads. Oh, it's low fuel. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have. Is that my car? No fuel, okay. That's fine. I low-key need shields though. Oh, okay. Where did he? Oh, dude, I'm at 1 HP right now. Oh my god, dude, I became so rusted, bro. Oh, he saw me already. Who's shooting me though? How do they know? I really hope the other two people fight it out. Yeah, because there's two of them right now. Okay, no, no, he's the bot. Okay, that's not good. Oh, there's another person coming. Okay. Okay, those two are fighting. Five people left in the game? Okay. Yeah, he's healing. Bro, what kind of circle is this, man? It's not even a circle, it's just something. Okay. And okay, LBO. So they take on a huge number of debt and bunch of debt. And where's my okay? Number of debt, and as you improve the company, is that a cow? Oh, okay, it's like a practicing thing. Okay. Okay, I can explain it now. LBO as what is it called? Um, you pay down the debt. Essentially, your equity in the company increases. I'm just trying to think of an example right now, because I can't just say I'll pay down the debt and just leave it. But okay, let's say you buy a I don't know an HVAC company, right? Eight let's do the EBITDA for the company is 10 million. I don't know, buy it at 7, 8x, right? That means the enterprise value, so the total value of the company is 80 million. Obviously, and this is a very basic description of valuation. But yeah, 80 million, and essentially you have 50 million debt and 30 million equity. But let's say as year 2, year 3 goes by, your debt and equity kind of reverses. You have less debt and you have more and more equity into the place. And at one point you have no equity. Sorry, I mean you have no debt and you have full equity. Oh, I need to find some shields, but I do not want to risk going there. Oh, there's only 2 people left. Oh lads, oh lads. Okay, he's right there. Right behind me. He probably sees me. He probably has like all gold weapons. Yep, he sees me. 140. Okay. How much is 18? Lads, this might be over. I did not expect for me to get this far though. Just saying. Oh, but what? Yo! I couldn't even hear him, bro. Okay, stop dancing at me, bro. I'm gonna play some Blitz. Okay. Yeah, so entry, your enterprise value is 80 million for the HVAC company. Your debt was 50, your equity is 30, right? So at exit, let's just say the enterprise value is 100 million. Your debt paid down is 20. So just if you have to find the total equity, right, with your enterprise value and your debt come in place, just minus them. So it's just 100 minus 80. I'm sorry, 100 minus 20, which is 80 million. So that's when PE firms take their initial 30 million equity in investment and turn into 80 million debt. And I guess that's like the better part of private equity. But the main important part comes from value creation. If there's no value creation, first of all, that's just unethical, right? Because, you know, what is it called? You're not providing any value to to the local neighborhood or to the local business. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll take that. What is that? Okay, bet. Yeah, and also like if you're not, one is just unethical, and two it's just kind of bad. It's just a bad strategy, if you were if you provide no value and essentially do do no help for the business. What is that? Oh, that looks good. A mythic? Nah. Dude, how many chests? What? Oh, come on, man. Who just glided over here? Oh, shoot! Okay, I have to run away. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to get some... Oh, no. What? Oh, I forgot they have the shields. Okay. Next, I'm just thinking what to talk about. Dude, it's so hard to like constantly think of topics while just putting my focus in a whole nother game. Just trying to think. So some ways, yeah, okay, I got this one. Some ways, so these are called operational value creation levers. Some ways private equity actually improves businesses is by improving pricing, and it doesn't always have to be like increasing prices, right? That's just like that's the more mainstream private equity, what people think private equity or private equity does to companies. But that's not always the case. And see, I get the point of view where some people say, oh, private equity is just a greedy, it's just full of greed and they always make companies worse. And truth be told, sometimes, yeah, right? And truth be told, sometimes, yeah. But that's not always the case. Hold up. What am I doing? Panics, oh dude, I sold so hard on that. What is this, bro? Yo, when did Fortnite, like... I'm just seeing these things for the first time, man. And I played Fortnite, like, probably 10 months ago, or, like, 6 months ago-ish. I wish Blitz had, like... Oh, he sees me. He sees me. He knows I'm here. I need a long range weapon. Long range? Nope. Long range? Nope. Oh, there's one right here. Another one could be just cost optimization. So just, I don't know, providing deals maybe to a certain business, right? There's something behind me? Yep. Oh, I forgot I had that. Oh, I'm so bad. Okay. Oh, dude, that's golden. That's literally golden. I love this weapon. Where are they? Okay, I don't see them. Yeah, I don't see anybody. Oh. Okay. I'll take that. Does he have anything? No. Okay. 4 people left in the game. One right here. This weapon's so good, bro. Yes, I was talking. Also, another one, another strategy is just better management. And I feel like this gets looked down upon a bunch. Okay. Boom. Okay. Yeah. Better management just because you never know how the one person, it could be like a management team or even like a server, right? Let's say you're like, you just LBO the business. You never know how one person could make things better. So better management, also acquisitions. If the private equity team, so the acquisitions, this goes on what we call roll-ups. So this is called a roll-up strategy where, let's say you buy accountant firm, right, in a city, you're gonna buy the other accounting firms in there as well, just to have better market access. Another one is just straight up operational efficiency, because, I mean, mainly because like you're always gonna be better off with just better efficiency when you know, when your business is in operations, whether it be any business out there, right? Should I? No, I think I'm gonna go. I don't know where to go. Okay. Oh, Loki cooked, lads. Okay. I see how it is. Where are they? Oh. What is the exotic siphon's health upon? Oh, siphon's health? It's pretty good. Okay. I'm so stupid. I was like wondering why isn't my health going up, but I'm already at 200. Okay. Dude, that was straight up headshots, bro. Headshots. Do I want this? I don't think I do. Okay. What did you have? Not too many good things. Oh, you know what? I have a good, interesting topic. I was just wondering, what if I died there? Let's think about what if companies die in private equity, right? So why some deals fail, right? I think a really underrated, or it's better. My bad, not underrated. I think when most people think of private equity, They just think of greed, and this is absolutely right because some companies just drown their, acquired companies with debt. And dude, I can't think of any examples off the top of my head right now. But what is it called? Oh, I see how it is. Yeah, come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, yeah. Did you have any good... I low-key might take this. Yeah. No, I don't want the Midas drum gun. How many people? 3 people? Okay. Too much debt. Bad management, dude. I remember, oh yeah, this example. I remember this example. 2021, or not 2021. Like, I would say 2023-ish. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Chili's made a huge comeback. And Chili's, right? So if you don't know this, essentially Chili's was like kind of falling apart from the 2010s-ish. And mainly because of the huge expansive menu and kind of bad management in itself. This person right there. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no, I don't want that. Okay, perfect. So Chili's kind of, what are they called? They had pretty bad management between, no, not even man, not, I don't even know why their thing was kind of bad. It was actually kind of good when I went in there. And I was born in 2008, so I don't, I don't know much about the 2000s itself. But they had a huge, remarkable comeback. And this also ties in with like the overall growing in cost of fast food restaurants. So 2022, 2023, right? Like, a huge number of fast food restaurants increased a bunch of their prices. And so essentially you're having two options, right? You're having fast casual food with chains. Fast casual consists chains of like Chili's, Applebee's, and obviously fast food is like McDonald's, KFC, right? So, but fast food restaurants were having the same cost as fast casual, and that was not the case in the 2010s. And so, what Chili saw was, hey, we're having the same cost, right? But we actually make things fresher and like quality's better. So they just made their menus much more simpler. Actually incentivized. No, what? Okay. They made their menus much more simpler, had better management, really focused on like social media stuff, right? And honed in on the value creation, or like the price value, and like they crushed it with their sales, especially in the 2023s, 2024s. I don't know too much right now, so I have to like follow up on that. I'm pretty sure I made a whole analysis video on this. Yeah, it was called Chili's strategy, or no, Chili's growth strategy. I'm pretty sure. You might go there. Another example is Toys R Us. Oh, dude. Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure I talked about this one too, in my analysis videos. But Toys R Us, essentially, they bought it with a huge number of debt, and they couldn't really. What is it called? What's the word? They couldn't really modernize because that was like a very physical store, and a bunch of things were going into local or not local, but like what is it called? Here, hold up. A lot of things were going on the internet, right, for sale. Not on the internet. What is it called on the net? Like Amazon, right? You don't shop Amazon, physically. It's virtual, right? Dude, I'm blanking so much right now. Okay. Dude, what? Yo, what's going on, man? Yo. I see you, buddy. Don't worry. I see you. Oh, heck no. Move out, move out. You know, sometimes it's not that bad to take you off a deal. Okay. I was trying to sound philosophical, but what I'm trying to say is like sometimes even though you're like invested in a mess, you never know. I mean, you should know, but you know, it's not that bad to back off sometimes. It's called risk management. Can I take this? Yeah. I don't know. Where? From where to where? Oh, they're all there, okay. Bro, where are they going, bro? Like, did I miss a memo or something? Like, what? Is that it? Okay. I see you right here, buddy. Oh, I've messed that up. I messed it up. You. Ah! I hate those pistols, bro. I genuinely hate them. Oh, you told us right. So they had a bunch of competition from Amazon and Walmart, and eventually they became bankrupt. All right, I think I'm gonna do. Yeah, it's been what 37 minutes now, or 30, something like that. I'm gonna do one more match. You know, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go back to lobby. I'm gonna do a full match, and I'm gonna like summarize everything. So, essentially, one thing. Oh, I got a new one. Okay, that's good. What's it called? Yeah, I'm gonna summarize everything, right? In total, private equity is in the business of buying other businesses. The main like timeline of private equity, right? So this like private equity is a very long process. You know, when you, for example, if you're investing in trading, right? Trading, you know, you're gonna hold your equities for maybe some minutes, some hours, some days, right? My bad. But investing is for your lifetime, right? I would say try. It's not. It's definitely not like a lifetime, but it's about. My bad, dude. It's the summer. I don't know why I'm sick, bro. But I would say it's about like 5 to 7 years before, you know. I mean, after you buy the company that you have to hold and sell. And essentially, it's a very long-term game. So in that long-term game, year zero. So your year zero is like your stuff you do before, right? You source the business, you do a bunch of due diligence on the business, and then you buy it. When you buy it, you do it with debt and equity. That's called the debt and equity ratio. The amount that you buy it from, for example, the total you're going to pay the business is called enterprise value. And finance, the term exit. The term exit essentially means you're selling the business off to somebody or you're making it public by IPOing. I low-key don't wanna I don't wanna say too much. Like I can obviously talk more about, you know, more things about priority like scenario and sensitivity analysis, CDDD, ODDD, FDD, right? But I don't want to like overload it. Like the whole reason I had this idea is because I wanna like I want my brain to be actively, I want my brain to be active. Oh, that's pretty good. While I'm also doing something fun. Like I used to listen to music while playing Fortnite, but that's like way too much dopamine. That's way too much dopamine for me. But yeah, I think doing stuff like this where I'm explaining stuff it's kind of refreshing to me because it allows me to like teach others and I ain't SMG. What? What am I doing, bro? Okay. Yeah, it allows me to teach others and like I have a bunch of fun playing this. And also I'm just saying like I don't by the way, like my whole thing is I don't edit anything out. Everything that you see is just raw and like what the heck? God, what? No. Zero kills? Zero bro, look at my sides, bro. 191 damage taken. Wait, what about damage to zero damage to players? No, okay, we're doing another game. Okay, so all the priority stuff, things, knowledge, content I talked about. I'm just gonna play another game before I resume back to my work. Is there another thing because I want this episode to be like a very basic overall understanding of private equity, right? So I'm pretty sure I talked about everything. Um, oh, due diligence. Yeah, I mean, this should be self-explanatory. Or actually, it's not that self-explanatory, but due diligence, right? The way I like to think about it is doing your homework. So doing your homework in the sense of knowing about the business that you buy, right? So that's due diligence. And CDD, so it's commercial due diligence, is essentially seeing your market size for the business and like your competition for the business. And in private equity, we have something called the moat, MOAT, and what is it called? Essentially, you're trying to think of moat is like your what makes you different that I should invest in you, right? And what else, man? Yeah, commercial due diligence, financial due diligence. So in financial due diligence, you want to look into like the company's financials and if they're actually profitable or not. How and you want to see how their balance sheets, income statements are doing. What's the other one? Operational due diligence, right? You're going to see the companies in itself on how they work and how they operate. So that's like due diligence in a very basic level. I talked about LBOs, I talked about debt equity ratio. Are you okay? I don't know why I'm sick. Why am I dancing? Okay. I don't know why I'm sick. It's literally the middle of summer, bro. I talked a bit, like a very small concept or a small time about valuation. I think, yeah. I think it's good enough for now, for what I talked about. Dude, I feel like I'm like what is it called? When I was I don't want to sound I don't want to sound old, but let's just say I'm gonna be a senior next year in high school, right? This is just in my summer right now. But when I was like 13, or not even 13, like 11 and 12, I used to watch a bunch of Fortnite streamers, bro. And dude, I never imagined that I would like genuinely record Fortnite while talking about private equity. I literally I never thought that could happen. When I was 11 or 12, I never even knew that I wanted to do finance. I was watching Suits, like Lawyers. Oh shoot, someone saw me already. Okay. Well, lawyers show suits, right? And there's this one episode which had investment bankers come in, and this was like 11th or not 11th grade. No, no, this was like 8th grade-ish, right? Okay, this guy seems very annoying. Oh, but he's right there too. Okay. Oh, imagine I died by that. Oh my goodness, that would be so embarrassing. Yeah, but as I was saying, I wouldn't imagine that I would be streaming Fortnite while talking about private equity. Oh yeah, and Suits, right? So I don't know which season or episode this is because I watched Suits like literally 3 years ago. But there's this one episode with investment bankers, and I was like, dude, that's so cool. And then, 8th grade I saw that. 9th grade I really got into. I joined DECA, which is like a business competition club, and that really got me interested, right? And by 9th grade, I kind of knew about private equity, but I never was really into it a bunch. And then 10th grade was like my year of, like I realized that I wanted to do private equity a bunch. Not even private equity, I wanted to do something in finance. So 10th grade, I really honed in on like my financial topics, right? So I knew all about, what happened in 2008, what happened in 1997 with Asia, right? Where are people, bro? I feel like I saw somewhere there. Okay. I don't got any long range weapons, so I'm low-key kind of scared for that. Is that a long range? Yeah, that is. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Yeah, but all this private equity stuff, like, so I have a bunch of things that I do based on like my business activities, right? I don't have my own business, but I consult other businesses and I do a bunch of other things as well. Where was we dropped? I think he died. Bro, where? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh no. Wait, hold up. Yep, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. Okay. I need a car. Oh, this is okay. This is like my finance nerd thing coming out here right now. But okay, but Fortnite, right? If you reach level 100, you're gonna get a good ROI on your V-Bucks. So the only reason I'm playing Fortnite right now is to get my ROI on V-Bucks, bro. So essentially, you buy the battle pass, right? And then you get more V-Bucks than what you buy the battle pass for. So in that way, that's like a good ROI for you, right? That's like the only reason why I'm trying to grind levels. Like 3 days ago, dude, I was in level, I'm pretty sure I'm level 87 right now, but I was in level like 15 3 days ago. So I was like grinding, quests and levels and creative and all that. Just for that simple ROI, bro. And what I heard was, if you like search the ammo crates and chests and the fruit thingies, right? Fruit boxes and whatever, you can get a lot of XP from that. So I always try to do that. Bro, where is my rivalry, bro? He's low-key? Okay. Around that area, right? So he's probably in there right now. Maybe in the bush? Do I see him? I think he might be hiding in the bush right there. Okay. Oh, where is he? 20? Bro. He looks like a sweat, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna mess with that, man. Is he pretending to be a... I don't think so. Oh, he sees me. Oh, my bad. Okay, he was... Okay. He looked like a sweat, so I was kinda worried. Bro, I'm so rusty. Like, my aim is so off. Like... Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm so rusty now in Fortnite, bro. My aim is so off, and like my building, like my edits, are like twice as slow as before. Cause like in school time, you have, for me, I literally have no time to play, and so summer's like the only time where I can actually enjoy playing Fortnite. Oh, if you didn't know, bro, Fortnite low-key kind of saved my life, and I don't mean like in. That sounded so corny, but what is it called? Sixth grade, right? I wasn't really much of a talker. So I was like really nervous around crowds and really nervous around what is it called? Just speaking in general, right? But throughout sixth grade, when a bunch of people were in COVID, I used to play Fortnite, and I remember one day, my dad was like, "Yo, bro," or he didn't say "yo, bro," but like he just said, "Hey, why don't you use the microphone?" I'm like, microphone? What is it? I was like, I can use a microphone. He's like, yeah, look at the earbud I got you. I'm like, oh, what? Not earbud. It was like a wired headphone, right? I was like, oh, what? I can talk to people. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, ah. And I was like, low-key kind of shocked. And I was like, wait, what is this? It's so cool. And then I talked to a bunch of my other friends, and he was like he was like my dad's colleague's friends, right? Like my dad's friend's son. And then I spoke to him, and he what is it called? He referred to me. He connected me. Oh crap! Yeah, yeah. And then he kind of, he connected me with a lot of other people, right? And that's when I really started to, okay, and that's when I really started to like get really confident in my speaking. I'm still not really good in speaking. That's probably because I'm playing Fortnite and I'm speaking. But when I'm like teaching, right? When I'm teaching math or finance, I'm so much more confident because I know my stuff, and also I genuinely like to teach about the stuff that I like, especially finance. So yeah, Loki, Fortnite Loki kind of saved me out there. Bro, where is this dude, bro? Okay. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have to rush in. I have a crisp 3 minutes left in my PlayStation recording because it has a limit of 60 minutes, so I might as well rush in and die rather than not. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yo. Yeah, I'm in private equity, buddy. Nothing to be scared of. Oh, what? Yo, how did that come in place? Yeah, scan me again. What are you gonna do about it? Yo. Oh, okay. I did not see him there. All right. 87. Okay, that's good. All right, guys. I'm gonna end the stream and the recording now. But it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. And talking about private equity the whole time. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you're still at the 58th minute, bro, I commend you, bro. But yeah, thank you for watching, I guess. And yeah, hopefully you learned something about private equity. And hopefully you learned how good I am in Fortnite. All right. See you guys. Have a great day.